right, all right. All right, so welcome to Dabbot Academy, my new series. What's in the kitchen? Mise en place, these gains, everything in its place, because once we have everything in its place, pre-ready to rock and roll, we will have better rates of success. 6P principle states that proper prior planning prevents poor performance. So let's just plan prior, and so we can prevent all of those things coming in. So mise en place, that's what we learned in the culinary world. And for those of you that don't know, mise en place stands for everything in its place. And for those that don't know, I was in culinary school. I did culinary school. That was what I chose to do in college, and I really enjoyed it. Loved just really cooking food, trying new recipes, adding new flavors, learning things from the chefs. And I basically just took everything I learned because we all know that side of the industry is can be very fattening. But I just took what I liked and I just added my own spin to it and made things healthier. But I got to learn how to like make it look aesthetically pleasing when it came to making healthy food. I learned how to make it taste good with without having to. If you're following me on Facebook, great. That's Austin Krogan. But if you haven't already, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. Need to build those followers up. Keep in tune to everything I'm doing. That's A Krogan Fit Pro at Instagram. That's what my little symbol looks like up front. So glad would be happy and glad to have you follow me. Always trying to provide value. So let's go ahead and get started on what we got going on in the kitchen. So our first meal, this meal is going to be preferably on your workout day, okay? This is going to be probably your resistant training day. This is the day that we're going to be implementing the triple cycle effect, which is my unique protocol and the thing I've discovered to help really transform my dad bod, help me keep lean, and really put your body through that hormonal response. Um, that it needs to shape, mold, and adapt and give you those results that you ultimately need. But we really, when it comes to that, workouts are one thing, but when it comes to feeding our body the proper nutrients um, and proteins and carbohydrates and fats, needs to perform, but not just perform and optimize um, with our energy throughout the day. But more importantly, to recover and to shape and mold our body and to give it the things that it needs. So, what do we got up to bat here in the kitchen today? So, we got ourselves some grilled steak salmon, okay? Grilled steak salmon, this is great. Again, you want to go for the wild caught. You want to do wild caught, not farm raised. And you can actually see the difference in the skin coloration and tenderness. If you looked at farm raised, it's very uh, there's a color dilutedness to it. And then if you look at the wild caught that's caught out of the ocean, out of the ocean or from the stream, this wild caught stuff, they have to literally fight. They have to fight, and you could tell between their muscles, the muscle fibers. It's a lot more pink, it's a lot more vibrant, and they're a lot bigger. Not bigger, smaller. But you can see how it's really, you get some salmon that's really, really bright red. And that's the salmon you want to eat. There's no antibiotics. They weren't raised, farm raised, where they were injected with steroids and they didn't have a whole lot of room to move and grow. Um, and they're a lot bigger and the color of the skin is very light. Um, but if you get the real good stuff, which is the Atlantic, you want to get that. You don't want to have any antibiotics or antibiotics, probiotics, not antibiotics, and hormones injected into it. Again, you want to get as fresh as possible. Your body's going to respond a lot better to that. It's going to digest a lot better to that. Um, and you'll have better results all over around. But this is gonna be grilled steak salmon. Again, you can saute this, you can sear it. I love broiling my stuff, but grilling is a great way to do it. It'll cook in about 5 to 8 minutes. If you have it on high, I like to sometimes sear mine on a pan, and then finish it in oven broil. Or sometimes I like to sear it first and then grill it. Or I like to grill it to give that charred mark, give it that grill savory taste. And then I like to finish it off in the oven at about 5 or 10 minutes at 350 degrees. But this grilled steak salmon is great on that triple cycle day when you need a lot of protein. You need a lot of fat. So just go ahead and look at uh, our macronutrient for that. So our macronutrient for that, we're going to be at 382 calories just for one serving. Again, I would love to cook this not just only on the grill, but you can add when you're cooking it, you can add the avocado oil or olive oil. This is already a high fat uh, item, so you want to go really minimum on that, like maybe like a teaspoon, no more than a tablespoon. This is just kind of keep it oiled up, hydrated. On the outside, when you're searing it, you can add rosemary into this. I would add some rosemary, let it marinate in that with some lemon or lime juice, get that citrus in there. And then add some minced garlic with just any of those herbs like rosemary or thyme, basil. It's really good. Some sea salt and pepper, and you're ready to rock and roll. Throw that on there, let that marinate for a little bit with that lime or lemon juice. And that rosemary really pops some of that flavor out with that sea salt and pepper as well. And those are just basic items that can really add a lot of flavor and give you more bang on your buck without really having to add in all those extra fillers and stuff. So I would do that. But this has about, as you can see here, we have about 1 gram of carbohydrate when you add in that stuff. We're going to be looking at about a lot of fat in this. Again, this is good fat. These are your omegas. These are your omegas. You need these guys. Okay, these omegas are great. The great thing about it as well, you're going to be getting your polyunsaturated fats from your avocado or your olive oil. Okay, you're getting a lot of your omegas, which is great for brain health, your circulatory system, your circulation system. This will be great for your joints. This is great for your muscles. Again, we're looking at the good fats. Omega, good for your heart, eye function, things of that nature. And just over your overall body functions when it comes to fats, because fats are important. And then we got a lot of fats, about 28 grams of fat, got some saturated in there. Again, protein. This is the great part about this salmon. We have 30 grams of quality protein in this, quality protein. So there's a lot of good protein in this. So you could go anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces on this guy. And then again, this is good on your resistance day. You probably save this for probably your mid dinner, your dinner. This is going to be a dinner, so you can still enjoy without going out to eat. Costco is great with this stuff. Again, and the great thing about this, you got a lot of vitamin and minerals in this, phytonutrients such as iron is pretty high in salmon, really great. Good calcium, vitamin A, vitamin C. So this is going to be about a 4 to 6 ounce salmon steak, okay, grilled with some of those extra things in there. All right, so what do we got up next? We got some of it. Stuffed Brussels sprouts. Not Brussels sprouts, but Brussels sprouts. That's what I like to call them. Stuffed. I love these things. Again, when you come onto the Chiseled Solution Dabbot Academy program, you're gonna get the meal plans with this. But my stuffed Brussels sprouts are great. I love these. These Brussels sprouts. These are fantastic because the great thing about them is all I do is I take the shell, I cut them. I take the inner guts of the Brussels sprouts. Again, you'll blend those up. You can almost like a puree, but you'll blend them up, Put some garlic in there, some Parmesan in there, um, some oils, some breadcrumbs, just really, really light, any seasonings you like. You can even put a little bit of goat cheese in there for your fats. Again, this can be a really high fat meal. You don't have to have that. And this is going to be one of these, it's going to be on the lower glycemic side of things for your carbohydrates, but very nutrient dense. Again, we want to think nutrient dense when we're eating our foods, how our body is going to respond. Our body is a chemistry set. And what we put into it is how it's going to react. And you got to be thinking consciously about these foods we're putting in our body and think about our gut health and what our intestines and our stomach is absorbing nutrient wise. So this is very vitamin, nutrient dense and rich. Um, but if we want to add some flavor in there, go ahead, blend that up. You then take it after you cut it out, all your blend stuff. You just stuff it right back into that shell after you cut them off and took all those guts out, put them back in there. Throw them in the oven for like 10 minutes at 350 degrees or broil it. When you pull it out, they're all crisp, ready to go. Consolidated all the nutrients still. You're still getting everything. You didn't waste anything. You sprinkle a little bit of low fat cheese on there if you like. And then you're ready to rock and roll. And on that, we have, on that recipe, you'll have about 127 calories total. Again, this would be a good dinner. So you got that polyunsaturated fat in there. If you do use the cheese and the goat cheese, your total carbohydrate on that is 9.3 grams. Again, you didn't have a whole bunch from the salmon, so this won't be anything that's really going to hurt you, especially on as you're consuming these two portions of carbohydrates. It's going to be really good because you're going to one, get the nutrients you need, but two, you're going to also be able to what did I have in here? You're going to be able to have this for your as a filler to add into your other carbohydrate, which won't be as big of a portion, but it's going to be it's going to help fill that in. Again, when you're eating, you want to be going protein. You want to consume your protein first, your carbohydrate last, and then your fat last, your fat in between. And this will help with the digestive system. And then by the time you hit your carbohydrates, which are going to be rich and complex, you want to have towards the end. That way you're not filling up as much of them. But this is particularly going to be on a resistant day. So we're going to be on a resistant day. So this would be great to be adding in some of those extra carbohydrates. And this will be post-workout because here at Dad Bod Academy, we like to, if you're going to be working out, you need to be getting it done, especially if you're having some type of stimulus, like such as caffeine. You need to be getting that done about 3 or 4 o'clock. We don't want to be going to bed extremely late, releasing all that dopamine, our heart rate's up, and then we're not able to get quality sleep. We typically like to hit this hard in the morning, and you see these big, great meals at night. So these are going to be some of your calories on here. Again, you got about 6 grams of protein inside your Brussels sprouts as well, which is great. So this is a really high-end protein meal, and really great. You can do this once a week, twice a week, when you're really just wanting to crave and have that stuff. So what do we got next? My favorite. Sweet potatoes are great. You can cut them up, you can mash them up, kind of like yams, basically yams. But you can cut them up, mash them up, do whatever you like with them. I like to mash them up sometimes, cook them. I like to oven bake them, pull them out, peel them off, mash them up, then add in my rock solid nutrition, my rock solid protein, marshmallow or cake batter flavor. So it's almost like I put in the marshmallows on top and I mix it in. So I add a little more protein, good on the digestive side. Sweet potatoes are great. It's got a great molecule in it. It's complex carbohydrate that helps break down a little bit slower and actually burn more fat eating these. And they taste great, so you can't lose out. But these ones in particular, I love chopping these up in little pieces. And then you can grill them, okay? Get that savory grill. So these are our grilled savory sweet potatoes. Add some oils onto that, a little bit of olive oil, just quick little Pam spray. Um, Add some parsley and a little bit of sea salt, and then just go ahead and grill them up, and you get some of that char taste, and it's really good. And our nutrients on that, our macronutrients, we got about um, this is going to be about 30 calories. Our carbohydrates, again, are going to be a little bit higher on these guys, but the portion size is going to be smaller. This is obviously a picture, but their portion size is going to be a lot smaller. So we got about 7 grams of carbohydrate, 2 grams of sugar, 1 gram of protein. Not very high on the protein side, but we also have no fats in this one, unless you're adding some of that olive oil. Again, you can still grill those just fine. You can even give them a quick little boil in the water, or you can give them in the oven. But yeah, these ones are great. I love these ones. So yep, yep. So this is what our meal is looking like for the day. Super good. But you're good overall. By the time you're done with this meal, you're only at about, just this meal alone, 20 grams of carbohydrates. Um, you're at about 41 grams of protein, and you're at about probably 35 to 36 grams of fat. But this is phenomenal, a great meal full of nutrients, packed with nutrients, and protein and great fats. Again, save this guy for once a week, twice a week, on those heavy resistant days that we're having on our triple cycle chiseled solution workout protocol that's really going to stimulate that hypertrophy, which is the growth of the muscle, size of the muscle, really preserve that, and use that protocol, which is really going to stimulate that and really help us burn fat and put your body through a wicked response, hormonal response, which we like to use in that program. We'll keep you lean all year around. So again, these are the meals. So we're gonna be doing a little bit more of these, kind of running through our meals, what they look like, and things of that nature. But yeah, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram at Austin Krogan Fit Pro. And then if you haven't already, let's get registered. Okay, give me a DM. You can go ahead and apply. If you go to my Facebook or my Instagram, you can go ahead and apply there. Go to my link tree. Got some different things on there to offer you. Schedule a call with me. Also, you can apply there, but just kind of go through my document where I'm just going to ask you some questions, see if you are willing and able to be a part of my coaching program. Again, this is extremely hard. Again, if you are working out about 5 days a week and you haven't seen drastic results in the last 60 to 100 days, and you're following a pretty basic program, nutrition program, and you think you're eating right and you're doing these things, I would love to sit down, walk you through this. It's all online, and I help you see drastic, no BS results in the next 90 days, 12 weeks, and get you chiseled up, get you chiseled chest, sculpted arms, and see more visible abs within the next 90 days. Again, go ahead and apply. Right now, we're getting ready to go into our spring into summer challenge, where we're going to be getting sculpted, chiseled up with that dad bod. And there's going to be some prizes, some giveaways, even maybe a trip. But typically, this program runs for $7.95. Doing a promotion right now for $4.95. You can get signed up, be part of that journey and that transformational journey, and hear more about my story and what I've discovered over this time, and some of our client successes, and get you trimmed up for summer. And I do installments on that, so you can, pay month to month, and make it as easy and convenient as possible. All online. I'm the trainer in your pocket. So go ahead and yeah, hopefully this was helpful, and keep staying tuned in with everything that I got going on. And hope you're having a great day. Keep that gratitude in check. Seek God. Um, your gratitude determines your altitude. I got a couple of good books that you can help renew your mind with. Super good, but This one is extremely good. It's called the Bible. Super good. So tons of wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual transformation inside of the Bible. So good. I'm in it every single day. It's really transforming my heart. It gives me good discernment. Um, Wish I would have known about this a lot longer, but God is good. Get in God's word. Read what is already spoken. I've also been in this book. This book is really good. Billy Osbrook's Blessed and Unstoppable. Blessed and Unstoppable. Super good. Today I am on page 19, which is really good, I believe. Yesterday would destroy the enemy from within. Leverage every second of your time. It's great. It comes with a positive affirmation, a word of the day, a Bible verse, self-assessment questions, success quotes, action steps, an inspiration victory of the day, and a prayer. Love it. Super good. But loving these two books, man. And yeah. So glad to have you on. And then hopefully this is helpful. Give me some comments in below, and look forward to talking to you soon. Hopefully this is helpful, and have a great get the bad side effects of everything else. But